Morning everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be emptying our lagoon for the last time this year. We got the MX285 with the liquid tanker going, and you guys can see this is the first snowfall of the year already. A couple days into November, I think it's November 3rd today, so that's to be expected. But yeah, we're just started this morning at about 6. Everything was covered in ice because we got some icy rain last night, and then it froze, of course. So roads were terrible, but we're just hauling directly to the field from our lagoon, so it's not an issue. Pulling past the lagoon, you can see there's a bit of snow on the crust as well. There's maybe an inch thick of ice. It's not much at all, and that's because we haven't had any real cold weather yet. It's been hanging around 0, and that's why we're still able to pump it out. It is supposed to get a little bit cooler tonight though, maybe around -5, -6 degrees Celsius. So hopefully tomorrow morning the pump's gonna fire right up. We kind of figure we're gonna have 2 days of hauling, depending on how quick it goes. I guess with this snow, these shades aren't gonna look as out of place as they usually do. What I've been doing is just hopping in the tractor here, turning the PTO on, leaving the pump open. And then what I usually do is just start a timer. It takes about 3 minutes to fill the tank. Still pure liquid. And I don't think it's going to take too long for that crust to completely break up. It's about 5:30 in the evening now, and we've taken probably at least 1.5 feet out at this point, 18 inches, and there's still lots to go. It looks like we're still at about -5. Tonight is supposed to get to -10 or 11 degrees Celsius, which is probably going to be an issue for this pipe. So for now, our plan is just to go late tonight, start early again tomorrow morning. If we only let this sit for a couple hours, it's probably not going to freeze up too bad. That's the hope anyway. We have had this pump freeze up before. We were then able to get it thawed out and continue pumping the next day. I'd rather just not deal with that though again. It's a lot easier. So maybe Dad goes late tonight and I'll go early tomorrow or something like that, and we'll be able to get away with it. For the rest, we probably have 2 more days total of potential pumping. I don't think we're gonna need that much time to get this thing emptied out, but we'll see how it goes. Well, we're back to farm. You guys can see it is 12:18 at night, and the reason for that is because our MX285, the ever reliable tractor that we have, started to give us some electrical issues, and basically when I turn the lights on, it would reset the computer of the tractor. I don't know, maybe an alternator issue, something like that. Not totally sure, so I kind of quit hauling right as it got dark there. And that's going to be too long for the pump to sit still. We kind of think for sure that pump is going to freeze up. So I'm back just about 4 hours or 5 hours after I quit hauling. I'm going to run that pump and fill a little bit into the tank, and then I'm going to park the tank in the barn, and that's going to prevent the tank from freezing up. And running that thing twice tonight, kind of in the middle of the night, is going to hopefully prevent the pump from freezing up. So it sucks pretty bad. I was having a nice sleep there, but Gotta get this pit empty without that pump freezing, so gotta do what you gotta do. Versatile fired right up, no problems. Just gonna let it warm up for a minute or two, and then we're gonna turn the PTO on, and I'll be able to tell you guys right away if she froze up or not. Well, here we go, turn the PTO on. Oh yeah, looking good so far. Yeah, baby. That spout's moving. Oh, that worked good. So now that's it. Everything got moved through the pump again. And I guess we got another few hours to go before she'll freeze up. Lights off. Tractor off. We're definitely probably being a little bit overcautious the way we're doing this, parking this in the barn now, because it is a bigger body of liquid manure than the pipe. But we just can't take any risk because we don't have another option that is not emptying the pit. So right on. Liquid manure tractor in the alley of the barn. That is not something you'll see too often. First time I've ever seen it. Hopefully it works. The biggest concern about anything freezing up on this tank is right at the front here. This is the impeller, the actual pump. And that's, there's always a little bit of liquid in there. I drain it out as best I can, but you never know. So hopefully it works. We're back in the morning. Dad did it at about 4, so it didn't go for too long yet without being pumped. So pump should be thawed out, but it is foggy this morning. Looks pretty cool. In the field with the liquid manure tanker in the MX285. I'm about to fire it up for the first time this morning. Biggest worry is that PTO, so let's see if it just turns on. I just pulled it out of the pack barn, so it should be good. Looks like it's spinning, and it is. So it's already dumping it out the back. I can see it in the mirror over there. So that is excellent. Seems to have worked good, parking it inside there and running that pump twice overnight. The other option, Dad was saying we should lift the pump out, disconnect the hoses, empty the fill spout. I said, man, that's so much work. I don't feel like doing that. Let's just run it overnight, and it seemed to work out fine. So I don't know when, but we might need to start looking for a more reliable tractor. That might help as well, because then I could have just went till 12 last night and it wouldn't have been an issue. But oh well. This fog is just frosting up all the rads and everything, or the grills in front. Ooh. That's cold. Well, I really thought I was already going to be done at this time, but we still are filling tanks like crazy. There's probably another foot in this corner that I can take out yet. It's gonna get dark pretty soon before I'm done, so I figured I'd show you guys. But then we're gonna disconnect this hose, let it go in the pit, hook a chain up to that end, lift it up, drain it into the pit so this thing's empty, and then we'll also make sure that fill spout's empty, make sure the tank's empty so that nothing freezes up, because it is supposed to get below 10 below freezing again tonight. So if we don't do anything about it, it's gonna freeze solid. Morning everyone, today is kind of our last warm day here. We just finished emptying out the liquid manure lagoon for the last time, hopefully this fall. We might try again in December if it gets warm enough. I don't know if I see that happening though. This winter's supposed to be pretty cold, but we can always see. This morning I'm just putting the last bit of sand in the sand room. I put in a solid day a couple of weeks ago and filled it up pretty good. So this morning we're just kind of topping that up, and yeah, for the rest, that's pretty much the last thing that I really need to get done before winter settles in. And then the whole farm is pretty much 100% ready to go. So pretty awesome. Today's supposed to turn into a pretty nasty blizzard, so we'll see how that goes. It's supposed to happen at 12 o'clock this afternoon or whatever. I'll quickly show you guys what the sand room's looking like right now. So yeah, you can see there's not a heck of a lot of room right here already as it is, so we'll be able to get this filled up today. And I gotta milk this afternoon, so we gotta make sure we fill that sand room before that. Quickly show you guys the lagoon. I got way more out than I ever thought I would. It's probably on average 7 foot down, so that's really satisfactory. We got our 2 loads of sand dumped right in front of the sand room. Same thing as always, we just truck 2 loads and then we drive down here with the wheel loader. I actually forgot to take a bucket along, but usually I do take an extra bucket of sand along every time I drive down here from the sand pit, and then we just push it up. And I've really been trying to push it really high in that sand room just to try to stuff as much sand in there as possible. So we got the last load pushed into the sand room here. She's pretty full. I didn't go right up to the door here just to give us enough room that we can park the other skid steer inside. It always gets so tight. And this year I actually pushed it about a foot higher than I did other years. So I think we got more sand in here still. This will be plenty to get us till next summer when we can start throwing sand in here again. Last thing I got to do is just tidy this all up now. I want to bring it as close to there as possible. Awesome. Got it all tidied up. Just got the case loader nice and snug in the corner. Feed wagon goes in the middle, and our New Holland is back in this corner. The shop's just wide enough for 3 vehicles to be in here, but you gotta get the 2 on the sides pretty close to the wall. You can see that's resulted in a couple light bulbs being smashed out over the years. Honestly, it wasn't maybe the best idea to put them right there, but oh well. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon now. We're gonna start milking the cows for the afternoon shift. First thing we always do is flush the holding area. We think by wetting the holding area it makes it a lot more grippy for the cows. We got all the ladies from this group into the holding area. So I thought I was gonna put sand in the beds today, but there's definitely enough sand in there still, so not necessary. I'll wait another couple days till Tuesday and Thursday to do the bedding, and that means I can get back to the parlor quicker and help Neline finish milking. We're back in the parlor. How's it going, Neline?
It's going.
Right on. We're doing pretty good for time.
Yeah, because I'm milking.
Sure. I was thinking of putting sand in, but I figured I'll do that later on this week. There was more than enough sand in there still. So.
That's good.
Yeah. So you don't have to milk for an hour and a half by yourself. You're welcome.
It's like 45 minutes tops, guys.
Yeah, you're right. I am pretty fast. Thanks.
Yeah, okay.
Also, the blizzard finally showed up. I don't think I'd call this a blizzard yet. It doesn't look like we're gonna get as much snow as they initially said we were going to. It's definitely not pretty. It's so windy, it doesn't just fall nicely. There's probably gonna be a bunch of drifts everywhere. Oh well, at least it's nice and warm in the barn. We also just had 2 cows calve today, and me and Dad just took the 1 calf off of the calving pack, which is on the right side of the pack barn, and brought the calf to the calf barn. And then we took those 2 ladies and put them over to the special needs or fresh pack already. So when we bring them up, those 2 fresh ladies are already there. So works a lot better with 2 people. This cow is pretty close to 100,000 liters right now. Pretty cool. 792. She's probably almost 10 years old, if not older. Thanks for the coffee. Would you bring me some Halloween candy?
Yep.
Sick. Sure, I'll take them all.
No, you get 50%.
Okay, I want the Kit Kat and an arrow.
Okay.
Nice.
None. How ungrateful.
That's garbage now.
No, I'll eat it if you don't.
Of course you'll eat it anyway. Well, pretty happy to be done today. You know, with that last bit of sand that we put in the sand room, that kind of is everything that needed to be done before winter, and now we're completely done. And today is definitely that first kind of cold blizzarding day of winter, so perfect timing. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram at Asquith Sk, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.